Were you ever kicked out of school when you were younger? Odds are you weren't, because usually only a handful of students get suspended or expelled from any given school during a year. That said, after seeing these following cases of school discipline, you might just think that kids are getting banned left, right, and center. From strict dress codes to potentially oversensitive rules, these kids are perfect examples of some dumb ways people have been kicked out of school. A deadly weapon. Guns and switchblades definitely have no place in our schools. However, as the case of Amber Dog shows, there are gray zones. The South Carolina teen unfortunately scooped up a butter knife with her breakfast in a rush to make the bus one morning. A week later, the butter knife fell out of her locker and teachers were quick to act. Despite the fact that Amber was a good student with no previous record, and despite the fact that her knife was no more dangerous than the plastic utensils found in almost every school cafeteria, she was expelled. Kissing fool. Thinking back to first grade, did you ever misbehave or do anything that could have gotten you suspended? Hunter Yelton apparently did when he kissed the hand of a girl in his class. The administration of the Colorado school suspended the 6-year-old for his cootie-spreading activities and even added to his school records that he was a sexual harasser. Of course, the action spawned debate over whether or not this is actually a case of sexual harassment and divided the opinion of parents everywhere. Dangerous Pop-TART. Let's face it, okay? Kids are strange and do all sorts of strange things. For instance, instead of just eating his Pop-TART like an adult, Josh Welch nibbled away to the point where it looked kinda like a gun. Well, that's what teachers at Josh's school thought. The 8-year-old was suspended, and naturally everyone ridiculed the school board for overreacting. Josh said he was trying to make the food look like a mountain from one of his recent paintings, but thankfully the school board stopped what was surely going to be a tasty, yet sticky situation. Pointing a finger. When you were little, maybe you played cops and robbers, or soldier outside with your friends. If you didn't have anything to use as a weapon, then you just used your hand and pretended it was a gun. In this day and age, many schools are extremely sensitive to anything gun-related, and righteously so. As 10-year-old Nathan Enton found out, pointing your finger at a friend while joking around and pretending to shoot them is serious business. Enton was handed a 3-day suspension from his Ohio school and left parents everywhere thankful they went to school before such bans were in place. A haircut. Like any boy, Danny Valdez was really into supporting the local sports teams. In order to honor his favorite NBA team, the Miami Heat, the 11-year-old had his dad give him a haircut that included the name and logo of the team. When he went to school, though, not everyone was impressed. While he wasn't suspended, he was pulled from class because staff believed the art was gang-related. Before being allowed to return to school, clearly run by Boston Celtics supporters, Danny and his dad agreed to let someone shave his head. A good cause. Dress codes are put in place with good intentions, but sometimes they can lead to bad things. As one Denver school found out, sometimes rules probably should be less rigid when it comes to appearance. The whole problem started when they suspended 3rd grader Cameron Renfro for shaving her head. It apparently didn't fit with the dress code they had set in place for girls. Needless to say, the school quickly reversed their decision after the public found out that Renfro had shaved her head in support of a school friend who was battling cancer. Burping. Let's face it, everyone knows teenage boys are disgusting. But would you arrest and kick one out for burping? At one New Mexico school, a 13-year-old was arrested and sent off to juvenile hall, all for letting out a loud burp in gym class. For most of us, such actions would have resulted in extra laps or detention after school. Worse yet, this was all done without notifying his parents, which resulted in one massive lawsuit being leveled against the school. Violating dress code. JT Gaskins is a cancer survivor, so when the 17-year-old ran into a family friend who had lost her hair during chemotherapy, Gaskins decided to let his hair grow out in order to donate it to those in need. Unfortunately, Gaskins' school was not willing to alter their dress code to accommodate the teen's goal. Unwilling to back down from his goal, Gaskin was suspended because his hair did not fit the school's strict policy. Terrorist threat. In a world with ISIS and lone wolf attacks, it's a good thing school boards are taking any terrorist threats seriously. An elementary school in Pennsylvania was quick to act when they overheard a 5-year-old uttering what were said to be terrorist threats, while the kindergartner had been overheard telling a friend that they would shoot each other with their Hello Kitty bubble guns after school. Thankfully, these deadly devices were locked up securely at the children's homes. The school was ridiculed for overreacting and handing the girl an eventual 2-day suspension. Drug education. We all know there is no tolerance for drugs in school. If you get caught, you get suspended, and the police get called. So, when one Virginia school administrator found what they thought to be a marijuana leaf in the backpack of an 11-year-old boy, they acted a little too quickly. The boy was kicked out of school and forced into another program, and even charged for drug possession. The only problem? It turns out the leaf was in no way drug-related. Thanks for watching this video, folks. Let us know what you think of these complete overreactions in the comments down below. And while you're here, check out these other videos, and please don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe. Thanks!